Hey, what's up, folks? It's your Realtor Peter Scott here with our quick October of 2022 Sacramento real estate market update. And our wild and crazy real estate market continues to be wild and crazy, but for different reasons. If you follow the market at all, you know the last couple of years were insane because prices were going up so fast because of record low interest rates and huge demand and low inventory. Now that's kind of flopped on its head. Prices are coming down because interest rates keep going up and up and up. Currently, we're sitting around at 7% for mortgage interest rates, and that might be a bit of a shocker to you if you paid attention. But when I got into the real estate business, 04, 05, that's what rates were, 7-8%. That was pretty typical. Granted, prices were a bit lower then, but that's where we're kind of thinking that prices are going to have to keep going down here. Overall, we're down about 9% since May. Prices were down about 2% from last year. So prices keep kind of ticking down as interest rates keep ticking up. So one thing a lot of people are talking about right now in the industry anyways is marry the house, date the rate. And what that means is you find a house that you love, you should be able to negotiate a great price on that house and just keep the mortgage for 6 months or a year. And the reason we're saying that is, let me show you this here. It says mortgage bankers expect rates to drop to 4.5% or 4.4% in 2023. And I know some other experts are actually thinking that they'll probably go lower. So some people are saying that next year, in spring of next year, interest rates will be back in the 4 or 5% range. So if you negotiate a great price on a house now, while the market's soft, you should be able to refinance next year. Now, let me qualify that with saying nobody knows the future. Nobody has a crystal ball, but that's what the experts are expecting to happen. So let me show you a couple other charts here from Ryan Lundquist of the Sacramento Appraisal blog. Big shout out to him. So as I was saying, prices, the median prices in Sacramento has been falling. And Ryan's pointing out here in this chart that, so this line here is 2022. He's expecting that our prices will actually cross that threshold and we will be below the median price from last year. We haven't done that yet. I'll show you in this next slide. So we're still about 2.5% up from last year in prices. So he's thinking that that's going to keep ticking down. Nobody knows, but as those interest rates keep ticking up, it's probably going to happen. We may be in the negative this year for the first time in many years. Geez, probably since 2012, 2013, something like that. So over a decade of appreciating prices are now turning. So you can see here too, the number of sales down about 30%, and inventories up over double. So that's kind of what's affecting all this. Higher interest rates, less people buying, more homes on the market. So that's just creating a softer market. And then, so this is from month over month. As I mentioned, we're down about 2% here from last month. So we're expecting that might just keep going. And this is days on market. How many days does it take to sell a house in the region? As you can see, this yellow or orange line here was, last year. So we were, on 17, 18 days to sell a house. Now we're double that. So if you're selling a house, expect it might take you a month or more to sell a house. And we're getting into the slow season. Not yet, but that's usually like November, December, January. Usually the fall is actually pretty active as people are kind of back in their schedule. So things are taking longer to sell. And this is, as we mentioned before, that's, there's a lot of factors that are influencing that. So that's kind of the overall picture. Prices are softening, mortgage rates are going up, but it's still, if you're going out to buy a house, about 66% of homes are selling under the list price. So if you see a house, most of the time they're going to sell under what they're listed for. It's not all the time. I still hear stories about houses getting multiple offers, but that's more of the minority and not the majority of homes. About 2/3 are selling under the list price. So if you are thinking about buying a house, you should be able to negotiate a great price on that house and some great credits or great or repairs, that sort of stuff. And if you're thinking of selling your house, you got to understand it's still a great time to sell a house. It might take you a little longer, but you're going to get a fabulous price for that. More than it was last year, more than it was the year before that. It just might take you a little bit longer to sell that house. So nobody knows where the market's going, but we're kind of expecting things will keep moving sideways, maybe go down a little bit. We'll see where this crazy market takes us. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to be your real estate resource. I'll be here for you. Take care. Happy Halloween.